honor
Aren't even international.
these young men, from all over who went over there and never came home.
Wow, that's amazing.
And they built this wonderful memorial for him. I was really moved by it. Anyways, it was a neat trip. So
how's your golf swing going?
good. The only everything is going very well.
Good.
The one thing I did manage to do is right through here, I'm starting to get a little sore and tight.
Okay.
So it's kind of keeping me from doing my full swing, but it's right through here. And I go, what? I've never had that my whole life.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm not, I don't know if I'm trying to go up too high, but I can feel it right there, right in there.
Yeah, and it looks like you just.
And I go,
whenever you stop turning your shoulders, trying to get that club back, your arm starts moving back, it starts to pull on this whole.
But that's a good thing. That's what I'm trying to do.
It was a good thing.
Yeah.
Just be careful if you overexert you run into some issues.
So I don't know if I bruised something but I started to slow down a little bit, and I took a couple of ibuprofen before I came here to make sure the swelling and stuff.
Good.
But I'm playing twice a week, and I'm play 18 holes on the weekend.
Good.
My wife's cousin.
I'll tell you what, with all that playing, with all the practicing, that's all you're getting. That's a good sign. I don't have to say anything about other people, but I've had a back, my knees hurting, my shoulder, my hips, so at least we know that everything's kind of taking up slow.
So,
how's the contact going? How's your direction?
Good.
You feel stuff coming up?
I started to get worse, and then I think I'm getting a little better, only because I can just, after a while, you kind of get it. But, okay, so this is how I'm doing it. I'll just show you how I'm lining up and doing it now. So I'm going about right here, straightening my hip out, put my shoulder down, get my head straight, and trying to pivot from here. And then everything is going back like this. I don't want to stack up.
Exactly.
I want to move everything back, keep my hip as level as I can, and have everything go back. Let me try.
Pretty smooth. I'll tell you what. Just in a couple of weeks that I haven't seen you, that's pretty smooth.
See there? So I'm kind of opening it up, right?
Right.
Opening it up. I'll put my shoulder down, get my hip back around.
Hit a few more for me. I'm going to look from this side.
So that means I'm standing up a little bit, right?
Yes.
You know this line is square to the target, right? So put the club on that
Open
line.
up, put my shoulder
Make
down,
it cross it.
hip back around.
On the line. Not on the ball. Hold it to the line.
Good. How'd that feel?
Feels good. Feels good. I can still hear it crack like a bat.
Yeah.
Not make that nice sound.
Right.
Not making that
The
nice sound.
compression sound.
Don't move it. See how you want to
Right, open up, slow down,
Get your grip.
back
You got
down.
a good left hand grip.
Good.
See how many
Hit a few more. I'm seeing a couple things going on here.
So when you squeeze there, it's squeeze.
I like that chair. I'm going to have to get one for you.
Isn't that nice? That was a good idea.
You want a good grip. So, yeah. See, so this thumb squeezes it against this. Against here. You put it here, it squeezes against there, and your hands don't work.
You said I was about 50% last time.
So,
I don't know that I'm much more now,
this
but
one,
Okay.
you aim.
I hope my technique's better, but I don't know if I'm getting flexibility just because my shoulder hurts a
Aim
little
the
bit.
face first. Now, put your feet around the face. Now you gotta move your feet. Right?
Good. I'll tell you what, there's a big improvement. I'm really excited to see
Is
where
there?
things are going. Absolutely. So there's a few things I just want to kind of square up because I do see things going a little awry, which is normal. First thing is when you're standing up, we're going to change your hips a little bit because I see a little bit of this going on. So your hips kind of need to go back to the side to help you out maintain that posture. So from the spine angle this way. And then the second thing, we're just going to start working on getting you a little bit more turn right away so your arms and hands don't kind of fight themselves. Okay, so that's perfect. Set up to that one more time. Okay, so make a change. Feel the difference.
Swing it like you did the last time, but now you're aiming.
just kind of pushed
this
everything
is
back
more
in
centered.
line.
Back
Right.
just feel okay. I feel. Hang on,
You feel back heavy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, frozen.
Just a little bit.
And just try to take a motion.
Take a seat in the shadows.
There we go.
See
Good.
how you aim
Try to take a
way
motion
in
from there.
Okay, can we try one?
Yes, please.
So this
Okay, so just pay attention to the body.
Yeah, I took that just in case you wanted to hit a few, and I could watch you.
Oh yeah,
Perfect.
perfect. So
There you go.
everything was good, right?
Just look at
The
the
problem
target.
when we start working on things, we kind of overcorrect them as we go on,
Okay.
and especially
You don't need
1,
your
2,
body.
3 weeks down the road, if you don't monitor certain things, things get overcorrected. So the overcorrection,
Okay,
you started
so
looking
just
like this
before,
at
man,
the start of your swing.
Well, let's think.
So you can see how
Backhand,
you're
but
still
just
kind
like
of
the
loading up on
forehand.
the left side.
Okay.
Your whole upper body's leaning
Gotta
towards the
move,
target.
right?
Remember, the number one
body
thing for
leads
this
the
spine
stroke.
is to always be back.
Really, so I'm bent just a
You're
little.
always a little bit back. And when you are like this, I definitely
Okay,
feel
wait,
back heavy,
look at-
which makes sense because the
Like
upper
this.
body's leaning towards my back side.
Bring your back.
So that's fine that you need to feel like that. The most important thing is we don't want to start doing this where you
Good.
shoot your hips out. So the hips stay pretty neutral. There's a little bit of a tilt action, but it's not much. So think about your hips staying neutral. The reason why your upper body needs to fall back is because when you grip this club with your right hand is automatically lower than your left hand, which pushes your upper body back. So if your right hand's like this and you're doing this, and all of a sudden you got two things counteracting each other. And it's very important to hold this posture in your golf because this is what allows you to strike up, straight down. Even with an iron, you still want to feel like you're swimming up with your club. Or else we start looking like this guy, where everything's leaning this way, and that's where you call big time left. It almost shanks, and I hate that word, but that's what shanks come from.
Okay.
And it's probably going to be a bigger feel change than anything. Visually, it looks a little bit different. Feeling wise, it's a bit
This is what I
different.
was
That
doing.
last swing
This is
is
what I want to get my.
But see how you're in.
This is what I was doing. That.
How's that feeling?
Okay, so
Hips a
there.
little bit this way.
Without moving.
There you go, right there.
Now get your feet.
Good, that's it.
And now get your right hand on. And then
Good.
relax.
Try
And
three
just
more.
swing towards the target. Okay. So the last thing is watch my bumper. I need to swing all the way to here. If I only swing to here, I'm only gonna be.
That's it, you got
It's
it.
not enough. You gotta turn and face exactly. Just like that. This time,
That
I want
sounded
you to
good.
look at the target before
Sounded more
you
like
swing.
compression.
Yeah.
You're not looking at the target before you swing. Exactly. Get your line. Whoop, hold on.
That's it, you got it.
And then try to.
Okay.
I don't know where that went. In the lake.
And that's all coming from standing up on the way down. So the whole goal is to maintain your posture as long as you can in the golf swing.
So, there you go. Well, you see how you squeezed it left? Take your right hand and put it over.
Hips a little bit more towards. There you go.
Hold it still. Now do your left hand grip. So I only
Yeah, I
hold
don't
it
know
like
where it went, but I did try to just keep. There's like no rotation, really, right? All rotation is from here up.
We got it.
So
So
nothing.
just be careful because when I hear that, I don't want you to be in a position where you're just holding your hips as hard as they can.
Huh?
You know, we want to restrict your hips, but we still need them to move a little bit. Now, when you move your hips a little bit, it allows your shoulders.
Now look at
You know, if I'm here and I just take my hips and move
Good.
them,
Now swing.
my shoulders are already opening up, which is very important. Your shoulders have to open up because you need to come from the inside. If you don't open up and you start doing this motion, all of a sudden that's where injuries can happen. So we want to restrict the lower body. We don't want to hold it tight. Where all of a sudden there's too much turn. And that's what I wanted to work today on. Number one, your posture is much better when you make that change. Number two, I want to help you get more turn right away so your arms don't have to rely,
Let's go back
you don't
and
have to
do
rely
that
too much
again.
on
Let me
your
show you
arms
what I usually
to
do.
go go through this motion,
this
which is
is
why you don't feel like you're quite compressing the golf ball.
But I use this.
Compression comes from me going from here
and then I pick up
to
my
here.
feet.
My arms and
You
hands
can't put
don't
this
really do
down
much.
today, right?
It's my body that's
So I pick
driving
up
through
my
my
feet.
body, striking the golf ball. That's where the compression comes from. And when you hit it correctly, you don't feel it in here, you feel it here. It's almost like the shock wave goes boom right in your chest, and you just don't feel the ball anymore. Come out of your pocket for a while, and it felt like nothing. It'll just fly. That's compression. When you feel it in your arms, your shoulders, your elbows, wrists, and your fingers, that's not compression. That's because you either had no turn or you had too much turn and your arms have to kind of make up for that damage. It's really hard because the downswing, you can't think about the downswing. It just happens because it's 0.1 seconds. By the time you start thinking, you've already hit the golf ball and you've made your motion. So we have to do the best job that we can to put you in a good position at the time. So it just kind of unravels by itself. So you just go from where you are. So the goal today is better posture at the start. And I want you to just keep doing the same changes. And I will correct you, I'll tell you you're good. And it seems like to me that you have a very good concept of your body. Because as soon as I tell you to move a little bit, you do it right away. And it seems like you can feel the body when you watch it. So it's good. So we're going to start with the new posture. I'm going to take you a little bit more to it. So get in your posture one more time, please.
A couple of things is I'm a little uncertain if my wrist is correct, and also I'm noticing at the end of a swing, it's not uncommon for my thumb to drop off.
Okay. You know, and
then back here, what do I do with? Just make sure I got my wrist right, and then
sure. And I can give you a drill to help you increase your hand speed. It really just comes down to hand speed. Now, some people are gifted and have a quick hand speed, and they don't have to help. Most people don't have that.
I can bend my wrist though, right? I can crack my
I'll tell you
wrist.
what. The wrists take care of themselves. If you start trying to increase your lag on purpose, all of a sudden your wrists aren't designed to fold a certain way. So the golf swing, your wrists are do like this.
Wherever the club is in,
Wrist only go back and
do it
forth
to the
like
right.
this.
Most
And that's
people,
about as far as
when
I'm
they
going
get
to
their
do.
left foot
Now, if you want to try and increase your lag, the only way to do that is by breaking the wrist this way. But now I've gone ahead and messed with my club face a lot. Remember the club face rotation, if it rotates 1 or 2 degrees either side, that's 10 to 15 yards.
I can walk
So
around.
this is a golf swing with no wrist
I
hinge.
can just come right down to where I am.
Don't see anybody at all doing that. These guys just take care of themselves, so don't worry about it. This is just a result of this. If you don't turn enough, your hands are going to try and make up some of this. Just good from that side.
Wow.
Okay. Float your knees. Square. Foot line is your shoulders.
Where they make that swing, right?
Most people start out with their shoulders. Whenever your shoulders are this, I don't care about the hips as much. Yes.
First management.
Exactly. Well,
Left shoulder.
in first management, you want to make sure that you're picking the easy targets.
Okay. Come back to the same focus. Practice and now you just spin. There you go. Good. So whenever you pull the club, whenever you pull your shoulders back, correct it by tilting under. See that change? Pull them back. Now I correct it by going under. So it changes a lot. So you just have 3 or 4. That's the number one thing. Start.
So I'm going to play in the Philippines.
Good.
Filipinos are good.
You know,
We talked about that. I said they take their games real seriously. I go to the Philippines. I got a game set up in Manila and Davao
good.
with people. So
There you
we're
go.
set to play.
Good. You're gonna get the umbrella girl and the
We're
caddy.
gonna, what's the name? It was funny. They were telling me about that on Facebook. They were
Yeah.
saying, yeah, it's see a cute umbrella girl. I'm like, oh, my wife's gonna.
Yeah.
I think she'll want to be my umbrella
Exactly,
girl.
right. You'll be the first guy in history with an umbrella guy.
Yeah. That's right. 65-year-old umbrella girl. I'm like, hair on her knuckles. So, don't worry, I've hired somebody, Mark.
There you go.
Uh-oh.
Like have your right hand like this, even though it's like this. But
so
then
from
like
here-
your feels like this, and you just stick your right hand and you just
So his back.
There you go.
And
That's it. You got it.
it's
And it feels like it probably feels like you're doing this.
Yeah.
It feels ridiculous, right? But we've changed 3 or 4 inches.
it's a lot easier.
And so when I flow back, I'm gonna flow back.
Okay, so think about
That, right?
One more time, go for me.
Flow back.
Just go to the top of your swing and hold it for me.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
And it's not gonna be. I wish I could get higher. I can somehow get into that, where I can really get my flexibility. When I flow back.
Good. Okay. You know, this is fine. Hip turns are fine. Shoulders, this is all you can do for now. Don't overturn. The moment you start overturning, you're gonna pull yourself out of it. Listen to your body. As soon as you feel like that's enough, unfortunately, that's enough. The moment you start trying to say, you know what, I'm gonna go for a little bit more turn. The only way for you to turn out of this is to go stand up and turn. And once you stand up and turn, now all of a sudden you're out of your posture. You're standing up. Once you stand up, it's just this guy. So it's not worth the sacrifice. The best thing I can tell you is stretch your back. Really stretch your hips, just the sides. You do a lot of construction.
Oh, I do, yeah.
I mean, I see a lot of guys that do a lot of hand work, nail work, lift weights. You're strong, your hands are up. There you go. First thing to go is flexibility. So, Ray, once they got that club, they just looked good. They were doing one of these actually, and just hit it. So it's amazing. Work your flexibility. That's why the ladies are because they're just so for guys that look at both mix both together. It's like he has an insane amount of flexibility. That's the reason why.
How far was he hitting?
You know, he was using clubs that were not designed for like and the golf ball. A lot of things. He was out driving the guy. That's the guy that comes off that sort of because they want to see this young kid hit 67 passes. He's got 2 feet. That's because of his gift. Same flexibility. If you look at his X factor is X factor is the difference between your hips. My shoulders are 45 degrees and my hips are 90. I have an X factor of 45. Tiger has 30 degrees of turn. 120 degrees of rotation. 90 start going like this. Anytime you've seen this and they go, they're doing this to get the club all the way back there. But what they've done is they come out of their comfort zone. Really just remember, it's about simplicity. Don't worry so much about this. Don't worry about the form. So sweet. Contact always comes along with the distance. What you need to focus on. Now when you cut the chip, direction is number 2. It's about distance control. Do you have any questions so far about that? Okay, does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do a couple of these things. A couple of these more. Right in there.
That's it. Good with the shoulders. That's perfect. Okay, one more time.
So that's
You got it. Now just go ahead and turn and listen to your body. As soon as it says enough, hip a little bit towards the target. Here we go.
not really twisting my hip though. I'm just kind of opening up.
You just a little bit, just let it turn natural. One more time. Just go to the top of your swing and hold it for me.
So am I turning into that, opening up.
Right? Because at least that's giving you that 45 degrees. We're looking for about 45 degrees for you. That's fine.
So I'm turning this 45 degrees to my top of my swing.
Exactly.
Okay.
But that's just going to help you open up your shoulders. Be careful though, because when we start focusing on turning, what usually happens is we start turning, we start stacking this way, so we go back to that old posture. So that's going to be a side effect. So really still focus on this shoulder going over, but also just turning it.
Okay. So over to here.
Okay, put a little bit more towards the target. Right there, good.
So when I come up.
Go. Good. That's almost 90. It's good. Your hips have opened up.
Okay.
Good.
So
That was good.
it's not down. Okay. Is that okay, my center?
Hips a little bit towards the target again. A little bit more. Right there.
And so I'm rotating this way and this way.
Got it. Hips more towards the target. One more time. Good. It's okay. Try it again. You got it. It's a different feeling, right?
Oh yeah.
Because one side's going this way, the other side feels like it's going the other way.
They are slightly going like that.
Right. Remember, it's all about creating that torque.
Yeah.
Hit a little bit towards the target. Go. Right there's good. Good. The thing about that one is direction was straight.
Was it?
Direction's number 1, so that was good.
Curl under.
Towards the target, that's going to be your last check. For now, it's okay to exaggerate that because that's always been an issue for you today.
So that's good right there, my hip.
Hips are good. Shoulders, instead of going here, shoulders went like this.
Oh really?
Yeah, so just be careful. So the shoulders going down, and your hips are opening up to give you the room for your shoulder to go down. If that makes sense. So if you open this guy, you're going to have a lot more room so your shoulder can go down. Hip towards target again. Good. Almost. Okay, good. Watch this. Hips did a good job. Shoulders
Really?
came up again. And that's just the thing that's going to happen with the side effects. So as long as we know that, we can still work on turn the hips.
Go like this. You have to bring it down perfectly. If you just leave it there, it's already down. Now, if you were some, guy that had no flexibility, then it could be different.
Good.
For you,
Like good. Better. That's it. Okay, so that's the shoulder went down, hips opened up, and you made contact with it, right? So
Yeah, it
that's
sounded good.
that's how you can know. Remember, these guys are just going to do what they do from the position they're in, and it happens so fast that you can't really control it. So as long as you put them in a better position, things will just uncoil by itself. Good. Hips just a little bit more towards it. There. Better. Better turn. I noticed the back of your shirt. I can see some stretching going on your back of your shirt. Good. Good. Hip towards it. There. Good. That's it. How does that feel with your body? Some things that you should look for when you set up for that. And I'm looking at your feet, and your feet are perfect. Right? So the idea is when you set up, I'm going to do this like we're in a mirror, which is nice. So if I'm setting up, if I were to ask you, if you look at this line of my whole leg, where does that line typically go towards? Which part of my body does that line go towards? Which shoulder? This guy, right? So it's almost like you can see a line that goes this way. Now if I'm doing this, where's that leg going? It's going to the other shoulder, right? It's almost like on this side. So I was trying to pretend that there's like an X. Like this guy's going to here, this guy's going to here. Okay. That's it. Now you got it. So the X is here, right? This is connected. These guys are connected. So that's why I'm trying to empower this guy. Because that's where the center is. It's your true center. Once you're in that position, you've locked your power to store up here. Now, the moment you start twisting these guys the wrong way or starting to do this, now you shifted that center to the wrong side. That's why it's important to really, once you
Even through the whole swing, well, I'm just trying to keep it.
exactly, you're trying to keep everything stored up here. If you take a look at all those guys and girls when they're going down to the golf swing, as they're coming down through here, they're doing that motion there. So they're trying to pivot around with this. This part of the body moves the slowest. Right? It doesn't. These guys move pretty quick. Your hips are moving pretty quick. Your shoulders are moving pretty quick. This that moves the slowest. It goes slow, quick, slow, quick. So this should be your center. This should be your focal process. Everything from wedges, cutting, driver. It's true center here. It's not here. It's not here. It's right here. It's not here. It's right here.
Before we're done, I don't know how much we're going to get done, but I really want to try to. I really play with these two. I've been teeing off with it just
Okay.
because I can't hit the big club yet. So I hit this for all my long drives and my tee offs. I pretty much hit this for everything else.
Sure.
I've been using my pitch a lot too. When I get within about 40 yards, I've been pitching. I've been doing okay with that. And I can't putt. I've been trying to putt like I play. You know, I know there's a whole other stance, but I don't know it yet. Can we try this one a few times just so I can?
Yeah, typically, do you see that off, or do you put it on the deck?
Well, both. I tee off with it, and then I on a five fairway, then I got to use this
Okay.
to hit it. I can't use my
How
5.
far do you typically?
150 yards.
Okay. And you're just hitting it just to get used to a wood? Just to
Yeah, well, I figure these are the 2 clubs I'm getting used to. I can get used to another club, a 5 or something, but I can't get any lift with the 5. And I need to get lift because I'll be out and standing up a little bit, and so I'm not getting a lot of lift. So I went to the 3. At least I can get some lift out of it.
I'll tell you
If I
what.
don't hit it right.
I mean, the hardest, I'm going to say the hardest club to learn to hit is a long wood off the ground with no tee. Because it's designed completely different. It's designed to get you a little bit more length. And put it this way, that club here,
Well, what should I be hitting off the ground?
you know, I know you probably don't want to hear this, but stay away from these guys right now. Because the problem is, what we're trying to teach you to stay down, to hit down the golf ball, to get your flexibility. If you do that with these clubs, you're not going to hit the golf. You're going to hit it heavy. You might toss it. You might pop it up in the air because you come right underneath it, and more negative thoughts start creeping in. You're at a critical stage right now where we want to keep as many negative thoughts as we can out of your head, because that's going to
What
take over.
kind of good clubs should 2 or 3 clubs I could buy? I would love to try to learn to hit this, but I just don't know how to.
You know,
so I use
off
the
the-
7, and what else should I use for my long drive and then teeing
Off the
up?
off the tee, you can still use these guys.
Okay.
Right? This is obviously harder because it's longer, because it's a little stronger lofted. Again, these are really hard clubs to learn. The further the club is, the further the ball away is from your center, it's harder to hit because it's so much.
Okay. So what should I be hitting on the fairway?
Stay with this guy. This guy's a
Oh,
good
really?
one.
Just continue to hit that one?
Absolutely.
Don't try to go to this through.
You,
This is a monster.
I'd say, man, this is hard because you want to learn how to hit everything.
I can try to. Well, I'm willing to slow down and say, can I pick 3? Something to tee with and a couple on the fairway.
You know what? I'd say the
And
lowest you should go from the tee is if you have a 5 iron. 4 is pushing it.
I think I have a 5.
Maybe 4.
Oh, you know what? I bet it is. Maybe it's in my,
That happened all the time.
yeah.
So 5 or 4 is
Okay.
probably the lowest you want to go from a tee. The way you
Okay.
score and the way you get better in golf is from 50 yards in, chipping and putting. That's the only way you get better. Now I know you want to try and learn a golf swing for now because we're basically learning an iron swing. Once you've got this iron swing down, the adjustments that you need to make for your driver swing and for your 3-wood swing are pretty easy. It's the same core motions, we're just changing your setup. Now the thing, if I start changing your setup, you're going to get too confused. Right now, it's hard enough as it is for you to get in the same posture with this guy, let alone another posture here. I don't want to confuse you. I really strongly recommend staying away from these guys for now until you hit this ball consistently. That's the key thing. Consistent. I don't care if you hit it well or bad. If it's consistent, at least you have a consistent motion. Then we can start talking about this. But in a nutshell, it's the same swing. You set up completely different.
Okay. I'll
So-
go down to the 5 and now.
5, even the 4 is okay. Let's say you're on a very wide hole. Par 5, it's wide open. There's no problem. Hit the drive. Worst that happens, you're going to go right left. You should get used to trying something. The whole thing comes down to focus, right position. Chipping and putting, you really need to start practicing more putting just to get something.
Can you show me all we need when we spend 10 minutes and show me how to line up and hold it? And I'll practice. You know, every time I'm out, I'll spend 15 minutes on it.
The great thing about
15
putting
minutes.
is it's very little of it is principle bound. This is very principle bound because we're trying to hit the ball far. We're trying to hit as far as we can with the club. With that guy, we're trying to hit it as close as we can. And the distance always changes. So you don't need to set up in a certain way. You don't need to grip in a certain way. You don't need to be standing in a certain way. It's freedom. And I'm going to free you up. So you're going to feel like, man, why didn't I practice this more? Most people overthink. So we'll do this.
Okay, a couple.
Yeah, let's go. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, we got 15 minutes.
Okay. Hey, Paul, can you shoot me kind of a little bit more from this angle? And those are the ones I'll look at when I practice. I'll look at probably this last couple of minutes of tape.
You alright? I
think so. Sit over there.
Go
It's
ahead,
good.
yeah, go ahead.
You're welcome to have a seat.
I'll never get up.
Okay. So I'm gonna line this up right. That's it.
Okay, hips just a little bit forward. There you go. One more time. Hips opened up good. Shoulders went up.
Oh, did they?
The right shoulder goes down towards the left knee as you turn.
Okay, for me that's
Hip a
it.
little bit more towards. Time.
Right in the grass. Wait. I really must have topped it.
Get in your posture. I'll stand right here next to you.
Okay. So I went down, over, and then back over.
Take the shaft up to your hands here. Oh, sorry, go. Just the shaft.
Oh,
Take it
go,
all the way
up
back
your
in.
hand. Okay.
Okay, one more time. There you go. Feel that difference?
Yeah.
A lot more turn, right? Even now. There we go. Good.
Okay.
You'll see the difference. You'll see how much wider that's really
Yeah,
wide.
it does.
And it feels wide. It feels like this guy's doing all the work.
And so I'm really moving my shoulders a lot.
You got it.
You ready?
Good. Okay, good. So that's good motion here on the way. That's where we stood up.
Sit up again.
And that's okay. I'm more concerned with what you're doing right now. Hip towards one more time. Push it. There we go. Good. Okay, that's fine. Shoulder weight down. Way to the golf ball.
Okay.
Your overall golf ball. Once you get set up, definitely always for you exaggerate this movement. You always want to feel like you're doing this just to help you get back to you instead of being over here. Shoulder goes down as you strike it. We're staying down. We're not. Eventually, once you strike the golf ball, then you come up. Don't jump up. Jump up the golf ball. You're gonna miss it.
Okay. I'm gonna put these balls in here. I'll just hit some balls when I'm done.
Yeah, sure.
Use this one then.
We just need.
Okay.
This guy's about. You're not using that?
No, sir. Sorry about that.
That's okay. No problem.
Teriyaki, he crushed garlic in it and onions. And he marinated in that for a couple hours, and then he put it in the crock pot. And when he took it out, he made a really nice glaze that I've already made. He cut it at angles, made a really nice glaze, and he put it in the broiler for 20 minutes at 500 degrees. So
So it
it
gets
cooks
real
it.
soft.
Right, it gets soft from the crock pot, and then he puts a glaze on the top of the pork, on the fat side. So it's real, I don't know, it's real crispy
Yeah.
on top. So that's what I'm trying to
Wow.
do. And then I'm just cooking vegetables with it. So it's something like it takes all day to do. So I put everything in the crock pot and then ran over here. I got all the glaze and marinade ready. I said, okay, I'm good. I don't have to sit there and watch it, right?
Right. You're making me more hungry now.
Oh, it's really good, I'm sure. And then when you're done with it, you don't want to eat the same thing twice. It's so tender, then I just pull the pork apart, and then I use different sauces, and I make a pulled pork sandwiches for tomorrow. For Sunday, it'll be really nice.
That
to put
sounds
out.
delicious.
Yeah, really
Roll
good.
of bread too.
Yeah,
Nice and
yeah,
toasty.
yeah.
Man.
It'll be good. I got Mama covered for the next couple of days.
There you go.
Okay.
All right, so the great thing about putting is we don't focus so much on technique. We don't focus so much on principles. It's just preference. And a great thing to start doing is watch the professionals. Watch the really good putters. Right now, if I show you professional golfers swing in the fairways, it's really hard to tell who's who from 100 yards away. Like if we're watching somebody by that lake, we wouldn't know who it was. But if you watch that person putt, you'll know who they are because even they have different putting swings. Bobby Locke, 1920 from South Africa, flew over to the United States and was winning most PGA Tour events. They were jealous, the PGA Tour members, so they found a way to ban him. The only reason he was winning was because of his putting. And if you watch his putting stroke, he would putt right-handed with a left-handed grip, and he would do this, right, in to out, and he was killing it. Billy Mayfair in the 80s and 90s, you might have heard of his name, one of the best putters that ever walked. Stand was open, cut everything like this. They call him the cut man. Made everything. Lee Trevino, putts like this. Jack Nicklaus, putts like that. You look at all these. Michelle Wie, putts like this. Now you have the long putters. You have the putters like this. It really doesn't matter. It's what feels right to you, which is why I love putting. People should be practicing putting. Great example now. Look at all these people hitting golf balls. It's just how many people are hitting zero. And you wonder why people don't get better. Because no one's practicing where you should be practicing. So definitely you want to learn how to hit the ball. But this is where you learn how to score. Scoring is a game of golf. It's not hitting a golf ball. It's how you score. It's a game of math. So number one thing that you should focus on is there's two things you look for on every putt. Distance and direction. It's the only two things you look for. Where am I going and how hard do I need to hit this to get it there? Now obviously the more you play, you start to read the greens better. I'm not sure if you read the greens. Some people have a knack for it, some people develop it. Very rare to find somebody that can just say, oh, I see this one here, because it takes them a while to practice. And you have to look outside of this. You have to look at the mountains. You have to look at overall tendencies and breaks. Everything breaks towards palms, so you start to learn all this stuff. But generally speaking, pick either right side or left side. Don't fall in love with picking the exact right. Yeah. Fall in love with distance. Okay. So a good example here. So let's say I'm going for that hole. I can focus on a good putt, up on left. I can focus on a good line, but if I don't hit it, doesn't matter how good line that is. Same thing if I hit it too hard, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna spend all day. So I'd rather focus on the overall pace, and even if I get the line wrong, at least that putt is much closer than the perfect line. So the number one thing you should focus on is how to develop the feel. It's about taking this ball here, taking this, throwing to that pin. That's your feel, right? Now I can't teach anybody that. That's just from life. Throwing balls as a kid, messing around. So this is where you should be doing this. Other drills to help you out. So what you got to do. This is a great drill. This is a drill to help you with distance control. So without even looking at a hole, I'm just going to go ahead and throw this ball. And wherever that winds up, that's now your target. I want you to, as best as you can, try and hit that ball just past that ball. And it doesn't matter about the line.
Holding it like I hold a golf club.
That's fine. Whatever comes natural.
Yeah. Used to it now. I'm already used to this one.
Okay.
My stance doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Just really get comfortable. Okay, one more time. It's alright. we see that hole there, in our brain, we think that's the air's going. And it's really hard to get past. Most people, most golfers, professionals, amateurs, have a hard time getting the ball past the hole. You'll notice this. Unless you're brand new and you have no feel at all, the more you play, the more you get fearful of going. So if I were to ask you to do this, face that target. Before you close your eyes, just look at that target. Let you tell your body how far away it is. You can close your eyes and walk close. You feel like you're there. So even though it's a close target, you still get it. If I were to ask you to do that across the green, I've never had anybody go past other than 6-year-old kids because they don't have a concept. They just keep walking. But the older we get, the more we're afraid, the more we start thinking, we start overanalyzing. And I've seen people try and count their footsteps. But even then, I notice the first few feet, nice and confident. The further you go, the feet get smaller and smaller because you're afraid to fall over. That's just the way we're thinking, right? The flat earth, right? Just fall dead, right? But the number one thing I want to show you before I leave is ratios. That's really going to help them get the ball rolling. And true roll is most important. I'll tell you what, just focus on this ratio and you'll do perfect. Okay?
I always end up buying the beer, kicking my ass.
This is all down payment, right?
I get out of the way, I just buy the beer before the
There
game.
you go.
Tony, I got 2 in there for you.
That's right. So if I were to ask you the question, let's say that leaf is the golf ball, and this is my putting stroke. What's the ratio? Backswing and forward swing.
Oh, well, right now, we're almost 50-50.
Okay? A little bit more in the front, right? Now, when we have a putt where we think we need to hit it harder, what do we usually do? We usually go like that, right? It makes kind of sense. We got to hit it harder. The problem is look at my shoulders, how much they have to open up as I strike it. All of a sudden, if I have a long putt where I really have to hit it hard, I start doing like this. I'm coming across, and my whole body's bending down because I want to keep that connection. That's what we're trying to think. I'm going to ask you what the ratio is now.
One is, yeah, 90% back.
90-10, right? I'll tell you what, this creates more consistent power, and you're popping through the golf ball, and you're not doing
So you're getting
this.
more distance.
Consistent. It's just going to come off that club face. It's going to fly. And you go, wow, I can't believe it. Your ratio should never quite be 90-10 unless you have a 200-foot putt. Even on the 10-footers, still favor more for the backswing and shorter fall through. Because you're always just going to do this versus pushing. If I push, all of a sudden, the more my body has to be involved, the more my body that's getting involved, the more this deviates off the line. And also, power is an issue. You want to have a consistent motion where it's coming down and just boom, boom, like a hammer. Okay, so without even telling you anything about your grip posture, all that stuff, let's do that again.
I mean, 80-20, 90-20.
90-20.
This is about, let's say, a 25-foot putt. Okay? So just focus on 80-20. You'll be amazed at how this ball is just going to pop off.
Not too bad.
Pretty crazy how it pops
Yeah.
off, right?
Yeah.
80-20. Look how that thing just flies off. Now that's going to be a lot easier to learn how to control. The only thing you need to change is your speed. Because speed is what's getting that ball home. So still keep the same ratio, but just slow down your overall motion. So think half the speed, but still keep your ratio the same. 80-20, half the speed. Okay, that's alright. Overall tempo, just slow, like slow motion. There you go. Now look at that. That's a true roll. A lot better roll.
That's fun.
It just comes off.
I can actually hit that one in.
Tell you what.
I've been just hitting that one in.
One more time. Super slow motion. 80-20. Look at that. Another great roll. It's just getting past, right? Last one. So now we take a look at those 5 putts. Before you had 3 that were short of the target, and the last 2 you were able to strike. Now it's the other way. The first 2 are beyond the target, the next 2 are perfect, and you have 1 short.